Hey, Andrew, you wanted to talk about net neutrality. We've got a major scandal going on there too, right?
Yeah, I was just informed yesterday by the Young Turks. They had a pretty urgent video that within a month, their FCC was going to be voting to probably get rid of net neutrality unless there was like a mass movement against it.
Yeah, this is by the way, you can find that story in dozens of other places as well. Not to
Yeah,
no knock on the Young Turks, good on them for reporting it, but yes.
Yeah. The other thing that I wanted to bring up, and then I'd ask my question, was this morning I saw Russia Today. They posted a video about Rupert Murdoch and Donald Trump. They reported that it's alleged that they're trying to get Time Warner to sell CNN in order for them to be approved to have the merger with AT&T.
Yeah, I read that in the Financial Times this morning.
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, if both of those things, the FCC getting rid of net neutrality and Rupert Murdoch buying CNN,
Right.
I was just wondering what you thought the media would be looking like in the next couple of years.
God only knows. There are rumors that Rupert Murdoch wants to buy CNN. There are also rumors that Rupert Murdoch wants to sell off large parts of his media empire. You know, some of the Fox TV stations, things like that. But the one thing that I kept looking for in all these stories and I never saw was that Murdoch was thinking of selling off Fox News. And but then there's also stories that the Koch brothers and a couple of other right-wing billionaires are very interested in buying some of these media properties. So, you know, whether CNN gets bought by Murdoch or, you know, if they have to spin it off, if the Time Warner merger happens, and one of the requirements is that Time Warner has to spin off CNN as a separate company and sell it to somebody, then, you know, there's a lot of speculation about who's going to catch that thing when it falls. And, you know, I'm just seeing the right-wing consolidation of control, the consolidation of control by right-wingers over our media landscape in the United States getting more and more rigid day by day. And the Trump administration is doing everything they can, like with the Sinclair, you know, changing the rules for Sinclair Broadcasting, to make all this possible. It concerns me tremendously, Andrew. And that plus the net neutrality issue. This is big stuff. Andrew, thank you for the call. George in Chicago. Hey, George, what's on your mind today?
Hi, Tom.
Hey, George.
Excuse me. Mike, one question is the Santa Claus theory. Since the Republican tax proposal will ruin the next two Democratic elections, why aren't the Democrats smart enough not to run if the tax proposal passes and let the Republicans eat it?
Because
sick
taxes,
of these guys being the sly ones and the Republicans being the dumb ones, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like them, the Republicans are the roadrunner and the Democrats are the coyote, for crying out loud.
Yeah. In this case, George, saying we're not going to play the game because it's not working to our benefit.
Run the Green Party, or either that or run somebody so
instead, what the Democratic Party needs to be doing, George, is they need to be pointing out exactly what I was talking about earlier, that this so-called tax cut is only a tax cut for billionaires and big corporations if you look beyond the 10-year window. The individual tax cuts for individual people go away by and large. And
your idea is great, but if it doesn't go, if it goes through, we're finished.
No, we're not finished. I mean, you know, subsequent legislatures
can
change it. But yeah, it's going to be really, really tough unless the Democrats can get a filibuster-proof Senate. You know, absolutely. George, thanks for the call. Tom in Chicago. Hey, Tom, what's up?
Hi, Tom. You had mentioned Sinclair Broadcasting, and that's the reason I'm calling. I live in Chicago, and we have a wonderful local station here called WGN-TV. And it's been Chicago's very own for the past 70, 80 years with local broadcasting. But it's going to turn into Trump TV if Sinclair takes over. And I happen to work for WGN, and I don't want to see that happen. What else can we do to stop this? I called Durbin and Duckworth and my representative in Congress, and they're all on board with that. But and I've been passing around petitions, too, to all my friends and asking them to pass them around. Is this a done deal? Can we stop this? Is there anything else we can do?
I don't know. I'm guessing that it's going to be very difficult to stop, and you know we need to be paying close attention to that. But the Trump administration pretty much has the power to waive the antitrust laws, to change the rules with regard to FCC ownership rules. There are, Congress has given them tremendous flexibility, particularly since the signing of the Telecommunications Act in 1996. So, Tom, have you talked to any of your elected Democrats in the city of Chicago?
I have not, but that's a good idea.
Yeah.
There are many.
Call City Hall.
Liberal, in particular my alderman, who was running for governor at one point, but he couldn't keep up with the billionaires.
Yeah, fundraising demands.
And
yeah.
So I will. That's a good idea. I will contact him.
Yeah. It seems like trying to mobilize as much support as possible, from local folks would be a good thing too. But you're right, Tom. This is at a national level. We all need to be speaking out about this. Tom, thank you for the call. And thanks for listening to WCPT. We'll be back. It's coming up on 28 minutes past the hour. What are you thankful for this week? I'm thankful for you, for being here with us.